If you're thinking of moving to the Orlando, Florida area, then you're going to want to know about what may be the best new construction homes and probably the best active adult community in all of Central Florida. We've been in a ton of new construction homes here in the Orlando area, but this builder really builds a better home than so many other home builders. They say that real estate is about location, location, and location. And we'll be talking about why this location is so great. But first, we're going to tour two of these homes, and we'll also address why this community in DeLand, Florida is so great. Now, before we get to the Rachel model with something that I think is absolutely spectacular, let's check out the Eva model because it's got some features that exemplify what this builder is all about. And the two homes really are for two separate buyers. So keep that in mind. Well, let's take a look at this home. So as we spend just a brief minute on the exterior of this home, I want to point out the very wide paver line driveway that come with all the homes in this community. Notice the colors. The colors are very Spanish on this home. It's because it's a Spanish elevation, and you're going to see the landscaping is going to have a Spanish flair to it. There's a small blue agave over there. I think that's a blue agave. Now, if you're a landscaping expert, let me know if that's correct. Plenty of beautiful crotons over here, and then there's another one, another blue agave. So I'm talking about the Spanish issue, and the reason I'm mentioning the Spanish is because that's one of three elevations. They have the modern, they have the Spanish, and they have the coastal elevation. But this is the Spanish that we're going to look at today. So I want to point out up here, look at the detail that they did. Looks really nice. It's a minor detail, but this builder really does a lot of that. And let's go ahead and head inside now. And as we head in, I want you to pay attention to the lighting and the openness of this home. And as we come back this way, it's really the heart of the home, and it's why I love this model so much. The garage, I didn't talk about it. The garage is right here. Nothing to show there, nothing crazy about it, but it's the garage. And so many homes, you have to walk the entire length of the home to carry your groceries. And to me, it just seems like that's an issue. I want you to pay attention also to the large countertops and how much of it there is. Many of you will be thinking, well, Chuck, where's the island? Well, there is no island on this home, and frankly, I love it. I'm curious if you do, like, what does the general public think about this? Yes, islands are trendy and all that goodness of them, but what I think of is when I'm in the kitchen, I'm working, I'm cooking, and I need space sometimes, whether I'm baking bread, maybe a pizza or whatever. Sometimes I have my stuff scattered all around. And so I just think the space is something that's super great. I want you to pay attention to the sink and notice that it's very deep. Deep sink is a wonderful thing. Some of you will think, well, I don't like that. And it's probably because the same reason I don't like a sink that deep. It's because it can hurt your back. Thanksgiving, Easter, my back is usually killing me afterwards, and it's often because of the deep sink. Cafe stainless steel appliances are here. Nice soft close cabinetry. Look at the texture that this builder utilizes. I think it's a small touch, but it's something we're going to see a lot of with this builder. As we spin around, 42-inch cabinetry with crown molding at the top. The glass, not sure if I like the glass on it. That's a feature, that's an option that you have that some of you will like, some of you won't. Backsplash runs throughout. It runs on both sides of this kitchen. Very thoughtful touch that this builder utilizes. Plenty of cabinetry all the way down. 3 there, 3 more on this side, so there's plenty of storage in this kitchen. Now, the pantry is smaller. Take a look at the pantry there, Charlie. The pantry is smaller, and some of you will say, gee, that's a small pantry, and wait till you see the pantry at the next house. It's probably twice this size. But what they've done here is try to keep this home affordable, and with all these touches, of course, that price is going up significantly. But things like the shelving, I don't know if you caught the shelving. Charlie, can you come back just for a second? Just make sure they catch that. Really nice feature. So many homes, so many builders are putting in the almost generic white rim shelving that, and there's nothing wrong with it, it works, have it in my home, but it just seems like it's a nice touch that they've done here with this home. Stainless steel appliances I've mentioned already. I'm just gonna keep repeating myself, but let's go ahead and head over towards the main living area. And I wanna, I guess, stick with the theme of the kitchen. Plenty of room for a bar here. So there's plenty of space. Maybe you don't wanna use this area as a dining area. If it's just two of you, I could see eating your meals right here at the bar space. The lighting, wonderful lighting. Part of what makes this home so great. This builder does a great job with the windows and the lights. Look at the light option that they have up top here, Charlie. And then look up to the ceiling. And I want to just talk for a minute about the tray ceilings. Not only do they have the tray ceilings, but they put trim in between it, and we're gonna see, this is gonna get on steroids in a few minutes, but they painted it, and that's another real nice touch. So as we look at the flooring, which is one thing I have not spoken of, personally, it's beautiful. Maybe you love it. I would hate cleaning it. I think I would loathe. Is loathe a good word? Maybe that's a little extreme. I don't think I would like cleaning this floor, but maybe you're a real clean person. Maybe you're cleaner than I am, and so maybe it won't be an issue. I want to point out the walls, the trim. This is like a stone. I don't know if it's actually stone. It may actually be stone, but it's a wonderful touch that they put in. And when you combine the stone, this touch, the tray ceilings, the crown molding that goes throughout a few rooms in this home, and even, I don't think I spoke to this along the entryway, Charlie. Wow, it's not even necessary, but this builder takes the time to do that. And in my mind, it's what separates these builders from so many others. Let's take a look at the bathroom. Beveled stone countertops, just like in the kitchen. I don't know if I mentioned that, but they were beveled there as well. And soft close, okay. So many other builders, again, I hate to just make this so many other builder thing, because it's like they pay me or something, but they don't pay me in any way whatsoever. They just do a great job. But their soft close cabinetry, trim, the detail, tile goes all the way to the ceiling. And then back down at the bottoms, there's Moen faucets throughout the home. I believe that's brushed bronze. They have shelving in there, which is, I think, a wonderful feature. Let's take a look next at the bedrooms. Now this home comes standard as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but you can make it 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, or you can have the second bedroom be a master suite. So that is a huge upgrade. My understanding is it's not a real expensive upgrade, but if you don't need the 3rd bedroom, maybe a 2nd bedroom with another primary suite is a great option. In here, you're going to notice that they have the same style that they had in that pantry in the kitchen. And then on the walls, this wall here, as behind you there, Charlie, they not only painted it, but they put some decor up that gives it a feeling of hominess. You have a home that's already custom, and you're really just moving in. Same thing for this room here. This one has a walk-in closet. Now, is it a huge walk-in closet? No, it's not. Also, I should speak to the doors. Tall doors throughout. Again, these are upgrades, but this builder does it. 5-inch baseboard. Another feature. I can go on and on with some of these things, but I do think they're worthy. Let's take a look at the laundry room. And here in the laundry room, stone countertop with a utility sink, washer and dryer, and look at the cabinetry. This laundry room in this home has so much space that I think this model does a better job of capturing space than, I don't know, probably better than any home that we've toured in here. So next, let's go ahead. We're going to head into the primary suite, But I want you, before we get in there, what I want you to pay attention to is how this home lays. Now you see the lanai, and we'll step out there in a moment, but what I want you to pay attention to is how much space there is. This floor plan really gives a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak. It really gives you a big bang for your buck, such that there's a lot of options for the back. It's not, some of these homes are real long. This one is short and kind of stout, and as such you're given plenty of room for a pool in the back, and it just seems like the layout is very comfortable in here. It's not like some of these old shotgun style homes. So let's go ahead and let's head into the primary suite before we take our little tour, and then we get onto some other homes. First off, down low, check out the floors. Really nice, thoughtful use of color that they've done. They tied it in here to all the trim. And then up top, look at what they've done with the crown molding. I think it's, not only did they put crown molding in, but they colored it, and then there's a strip below it that goes all the way around this room. And then in the tray ceilings, holy cow, this is like, I don't know, it's like tray ceilings on steroids. You have the tray ceilings, you have the trim, and then there's small finer trim in the middle that really sets this apart. So let's go ahead and take a look at the walk-in closet now. It goes all the way down. You can go a long ways there, Charlie. Wait for you to get all the way back. Don't hit your head there. So you'll see how long this is, and pay attention to the shelving there. Again, this is not some generic shelving units that you're going to find at Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot. They have a farm door here. I guess that's a farm door, certainly a farm style door. So you can close this, and a lot of the new homes I see, they don't even have doors on some of these things. And when my wife is taking a shower, let me tell you, the whole house knows she's taking her shower. And so I like having the door. So if I'm living here, I can close it off, and I'm not waking her up when I'm getting ready in the morning. So here we are in the primary bath. Look at the colors, all matching. Very thoughtfully done all the way around. Dual sinks, upgraded fixtures up top. And then in the shower, come check out the shower, Charlie. Look what they've done. Look what they've done with the color. All the way up, very unique. The bench you can use for storage, maybe you need to sit on. If you are somebody with physical limitations, it can be a great asset. Or maybe you just want to sit down and just bask in the heat. That might be me sometimes. Not that often, but it happens. So, and then right behind you there, we have a water closet. It's a poop room, nothing too exciting in there. So let's go ahead and head outside, and we're going to show the lanai just a bit, but then we're going to head over, we're going to talk about the other homes, and check out this. Let's see if I lock it. Come on, baby. All 4 doors. Oh yeah, baby. So check out the space. I think this is fantastic. In Florida, in the summertime, let me tell you, from June through August, maybe into September, you're not opening those doors. It's not going to happen, unless maybe for a minute after the rain showers. And I suppose you could, because this whole area is screened, so the bugs wouldn't eat you alive. But it's an option. But in the springtime and in the fall and even often in the winter, you're going to open that up and air this place out. It's a fantastic place. The upgrades that this builder has are innumerable. This is like a little green. Now, I'm not sure if it's a putting green, if it's for a workout space, or if it's for Fido to do his business. I don't really know. Maybe I need to ask the builder about that. It isn't something that comes up, but I think it's kind of cool. Frankly, it's probably not for me. I'm probably putting a hot tub out here. So let's go ahead, head back in, and let's head over and take a look at the next home. While I absolutely love the Eva, the home buyer for the Eva is going to be different for that of the Rachel. The Eva is a much smaller home, and the Rachel has a feature about it that I just think is amazing, and one that I just don't see in any of these other homes. So after we do the Eva, we'll take a look at the location, some details of the home, and the pricing. So you're going to see that this home is the Spanish model, just like the other. And one thing about it is you're going to again see the paver line driveways, but this home here, as it is a 2-car garage, and it's side loading. Some of you will say, well, I don't like a side loading garage. Well, look, they can make it front loading for you, and this builder can also make this 2-car garage as a 3-car garage. I'm not going to spend too much more time on the exterior of this home. Let's go ahead and get inside because, well, frankly, I'm excited about getting to this one feature that I just think nobody else has. So head inside there, and then you'll see that it has the same floors, which you already know my feelings on that, and I'd love to know if you disagree on the floors. I want to pay attention to this room here, this huge flex space, which I believe is larger than any of the other flex spaces that this builder has. In the entrance, we can put French doors right here. We can put French doors, we can do whatever we want. And the floors are similar to some that we saw in the Eva. Nice dark colors that blend nicely with what they've done on the walls. And you're gonna see some really nice color, different textures, which is really, it really kind of separates them. What they've also done here is they put the crown molding all the way around up top, and they painted it. Very, very detail-oriented feature of this home that, again, I think really separates it. Take a look at the walls over here. Not only the color, but the detail that they've added, the sconce lighting. And then as we head into the living area, which one thing I like about the whole area here is that it's not as open as some of the other homes are. Some of the other homes tend to be, this new construction trend that we've seen here in Central Florida for the last, 10 or 20 years maybe, is to get things open. And while I love the open feel, sometimes I think we get a little carried away with it. Charlie, kind of spin around if you would, and just show the dining area there, how it's off a little bit. It just kind of sets it apart. You do have the additional bonus room that we just showed, but it's just a little bit, not so much privacy, it just kind of opens that sterile feeling that you sometimes get with the large new construction homes. They have the waterfall countertops, which I think is a great feature because it gives you space to put your bar stools inside, and it's comfort height, which is nice so that you're not sitting on a high perch. What I have found, the people that I've worked with in the past in most homes, they're actually preferring the comfort height as opposed to the bar stool types. So I mentioned quartz countertops, I'm not sure if I did or not, but notice the bar, huge island rather, not a bar, an island. The bar was back in the Eva. But this home, this island probably has as much space as the Peninsula did in the Eva. And why? Well, this home is much larger than the Eva, and this home's a different buyer. This home has a couple of features, one we're gonna come to in a little bit, that really separates it. So we're gonna check that out. Take a look at the 42-inch cabinets, still soft close, and they do, up top, they do a crown molding type of thing. A little too modern for me. Maybe you'll like that, a lot of people do. Underneath, you're gonna see a beautiful black splash. Actually, it's a gray splash, but it's a backsplash. And it has a cool thing, it's like a snake, put that right there.
What is that?
It's actually a water faucet. So instead of having to put your pot in the sink, fill it up here, and then carry it over, you bring an empty pot, set it on the stove, and fill it with water. Perfect for pasta, vegetables, anything. Check out all the storage. This builder does a great job. Dovetail construction, as in it's just what this builder does. I don't know if they even do it without dovetail. They just do a wonderful job. You're going to see GE monogram appliances here, all stainless steel. Super nice micro, okay? Speed cook micro, all digital. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Storage up top, super high. You're gonna see, staying up top, you're gonna see it over on top of the microwave. Refrigerator as well, and just so much storage. It's crazy the amount of storage. Still more quartz everywhere you look around. And let me get back to the pantry here before I get too far away. Now, I said that this pantry was twice the size of the last one. Some of you are going to say, well, that's not amazing. Well, it's not amazing. The pantry is not amazing here. What is amazing is the pull-out shelving that they have, and just it's pretty good use of space. There's plenty of room. There's more storage space in this one, probably twice the storage space as there was in the last one. So as we head out, I want to take a look. The continued backsplash, same as it was, so it's massive. And check this out. It's a beer fridge. I know. It's not a beer fridge, but it's a beer fridge to me. Some of you are going to say it's a wine fridge, but look, nice little touch there. So before we go and look at my absolute favorite feature, let's step outside because this lanai is absolutely amazing. I'm going to pop these open because I just think it's a cool thing to do. I think it's important for you to see that. I know I did it in the last home, in the Eva model, but check this out. One thing that I really like about this model, this particular model, is this lanai is in the center of the home. Some of the others will have a half wall that's an upgrade to protect it, but here you're really very, very private. You can have torrential rainstorms, which we often get here in Florida in the afternoon, especially in the summer, and you're sitting here at your dinner table eating your dinner, just enjoying it. So as we step out, as we look out this way, Charlie, pan across me here. Look at the view and how there's no interruptions in that screen all the way across. It's a very nice feature that you just don't see with many builders. The spa they put in has water in the middle all the way around. Nice feature. I guess for me it's a nice place to play. Maybe I bring some sand in like my own little beach. And then an infinity spa with jets. I think it's great. And then here in this area, there's a lot of new construction going on. This community has a lot of buildings still going on, but I can't hear anything. I don't know if you can hear the airplane because we are just a few miles from the DeLand Municipal Airport. It's not International Airport, but with the fountains, you really can't hear anything. Beautiful colors. Take a look down inside the pool. Look at the color of that. It's the grays and the blues. I'm not sure how it's going to show up, but I think it's a great thing that just the way that this builder has put this all together, from the pavers at the bottom to the raised cage at the top. This area is a bug-free, just a wonderful feature. So let's go ahead and head back in and let's look at some of the details of this home as well as this neighborhood. So now that we're back inside, I want to take just a minute to spend a minute in the main living area and show you the lights and how this whole area, now granted the lights are on, granted it's a gorgeous day, but it's gorgeous in here. The lighting is so bright, it's airy yet it's not monstrous like some of the homes that we see. And then back up top, the tray ceilings. They've colored them very, very nicely, similar to the other homes, but in this case, they did it without coloring, which I think is very appropriate. With the tray ceilings, sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it's not. In the primary suite, very large. I absolutely love the window usage. Again, the lighting. We're going to see it in a minute here, but look at how bright an area this whole area is. Tray ceilings up top. Again, these are not painted, but the recessed lighting set inside of them with the unique lighting is a wonderful feature. And then again, you know, we've spoken quite a bit about the walls and what they've done, but take a look here at the textured walls and the different lighting. And these are all upgrades. These are, well, they can be expensive upgrades. This builder is a wonderful builder, and we've told you all the wonderful things they do, but look, they do not do them for free. We do have a linen closet right here on the one side, and then on the other side is the water closet. As I keep saying, it's a poop room. And over here, check out this vanity. Look at all the space, how bright it is. Now, all the light is not coming. Now, this is a quartz top vanity like the others, but this lighting is not all coming from the lighting, it's coming from the window. So as we step into this massive shower, now this is a single head shower. Some of this builder's models do have dual headed showers, another large model similar to this one. Doesn't have the feature that we're going to be talking about in a bit, but similar to this one, it does have dual heads. 2 niches, which is really nice. Some of these homes, we looked at one over $2 million not too far back here, and they had one little niche about half the size of that. Of course, they do have the bench, nice colors on the floor. I like this. Often it's this round color, but what they did here, they really contrast well that dark to the light flooring here on the bathroom. Just, it gives it very bright. Now, check out the size of this walk-in closet. Charlie, step back if you can. See me do it without bopping your head. And I'm literally like, I don't know, 15 feet from Charlie across. This is huge. Now, why in the world do they have a seat here? Well, I can tell you why. Do you know? What's your guess, Charlie?
I don't know, to fill up the space?
Yeah. No, I think it's because this closet is so stinking huge that if you've got this filled up, by the time you figure out what you're going to want to wear, you're going to want to sit down. So this closet is huge, and the beautiful floors match so much of the other home. Listen to me stumble on myself. The rails, the shelving is an upgrade here, but again, if you've got the ability to build a beautiful home like this, then, well, I think that's what you ought to do. You know, you're going to be looking at some of these features. As we head back out into the main area, we're going to head over to what I consider the very best feature of this home. So now, I'm not going to roll this feature out in one little thing. There's 3 parts to it. Let's head over this way. Go over to your right, Charlie, if you can keep walking backwards without bopping your head or bumping into a wall. First off, this bedroom could be used as an owner's suite. It has its own bath. So coming inside, you're going to see the same thing that you've been seeing in all the homes, the beautiful colors, the tile, the Moen faucets, just so many features that I could, if I'm not careful, I'm going to be repeating myself with. So let's take a look at this, and then we'll get to the other features of the, to finish out this tour, and then we'll be talking about those things we spoke of. Check out what they did here. It's like they put the citrus peel texture down, and then they put this up top. Maybe that's not what they actually did. Maybe I need to ask the builder to get my facts right, but whatever they did, it's super cool. Nice carpet, plenty of closet space in here.
Look at that lighting fixture.
That is an incredible feature. Check it out, watch what it does though. Look, it's like strings. I know, the things we talk about, right? It's not just a light fixture, it's a light fixture with strings. So that was number 1. Number 2 of the special features of this home is, yeah, thanks Charlie for pointing out where we are, is this bedroom. Now, it's got a walk-in closet right here on the right. Same shelving units we've seen. Over here on your right, you're going to see the walls again. Just detail, everywhere is details. And then, step around here, and bam, this room is also affixed to it. So it's a third owner suite. So let's go ahead now and check out the one last feature. So as we leave the second of the 3 amazing features of this home, and why I believe this home is so unique of all the others. Let's make a quick pit stop and check out this laundry room. First off, over here, there's a utility sink, which you're gonna see in a lot of them, but check out all the storage. It goes on and on. Now, these are not 42-inch cabinets like we saw in the kitchen, but most of us have cabinetry from here to here. But that leaves all of this and all of that. So I don't even know what I'd fill it up with, but somehow I bet I'd find a way. You can get all the upgrades that you want, washer and dryer, these massive tiles. We've already spoken about the tiles earlier over in the first model, and you already know my feeling on that, so I won't ramble on that anymore. But let's head upstairs, because this is the feature that I believe, in my mind, is tops. So speaking of tops, we're now on the top level. This loft, I believe, is 540 square feet, so it's a very large loft. It is not a bedroom because there's no door, but look, I don't really care if they call it a bedroom or not. If I had a teenage person living in my house, I'm putting them up here. Now, they have this set up. I'm not really sure if this stays or it goes. It doesn't lift up, but I don't know. I'll have to do some homework on that. So I want to take just a minute and point out the walls, the lap siding that they put on 2 of these walls. It's over to your left as well. And nice lighting. It's a little bit more neutral up here, not as bold as it is in some of the main areas. They have a nice walk-in closet, very large walk-in closet, like it goes all the way back. Wow. So super closet. And maybe this is not your bedroom. Maybe you're just using this place for additional storage. With the wonderful lighting that they have up here, it's a fantastic office space. Maybe you put a little refrigerator up here or something like that. I don't really know, but I think it'd make a wonderful office space. As we head into the bath, tub shower combo, tile all the way up, very nice. They're just sticking with the same tones that they have. This one does have a blue, nice beveled edge granite, updated fixtures, and you know, that really ends the tour for this. But let's go ahead and talk about the details of this home and the location of this home. So this community here in DeLand, Florida has a great big clubhouse with a smart fit training center, a resort style swimming pool, pickleball and tennis courts, an art studio, an outdoor space with a band shell, and a full-time activities director here that really helps with a sense of community involvement here. And that's an important thing for people that are moving into this community, which is an active adult community. There are all sorts of social clubs. There's a yoga and a cardio studio, an art studio, and all this, including the yard, because I mentioned earlier that it comes with it, but it includes your exterior maintenance and yard, is for $465 a month as I record this today. Now, there is a CDD of almost $2,000 a year, but for all that you're getting here in this community, it's really a pretty good deal. This community is located right here on the east side of DeLand, about a half mile to I-4, about halfway between Daytona and New Smyrna Beaches and Orlando. We're about 5 minutes from downtown DeLand, which has all sorts of shopping and restaurants. There's a lot of hospitals right close by. There's Stetson University right downtown and Daytona State College, which is just a stone's throw from here. There's the St. Johns River and Pontoon Island, which is a great little gem here in DeLand. There's several springs close by. There's De Leon Springs just north of us here and Blue Springs just south of us. We're about 30 minutes to Sanford and Daytona International Airports, 20 minutes to Daytona International Speedway, about 30 minutes to having your toes in the sand at New Smyrna Beach and Daytona Beach. We're under an hour to Orlando, to Disney and all the attractions. And because we're inland about, 25 or 30 miles, when the hurricanes come in, because they do come here in Florida, when they come in the summertime, by the time they arrive here in DeLand, they've already lost a good bit of their punch. So let's take a look at some of the pricing for these homes. So as we talk about the pricing, the Eva, which runs from 1,668 square feet up to 2,180 square feet, is going to run you $417,990 at the base model. Now, what we just saw over in the Eva is not the base. Typically, upgrades for a home like this is going to run you between 20, 30, maybe 35% of the base price. Now, maybe you're somebody who's cheap like me. You probably think, no, I'm not going to need that. Let me tell you something, folks. They make it nice here, so you're going to do that. Moving on to the Rachel, which is the one we are in, the one we just showed you. Remember, it can come as a 2-car garage. It can be side loading, front loading, or the front, or a 3-car garage rather. And it comes in at $566,990 as a base. Again, it does not have all the bells and whistles. It does not have that, I don't know, $100,000 pool in the backyard. It does not have all these features that we've reviewed. But if you have questions about this model, about this community, about DeLand, or anywhere here in the Orlando area, simply pick up the phone and give us a call. Thanks for watching.